Hello, this is Robert from Beyond 20. Today we're in Cherwell version 8, and we're going to take a look at making team updates inside of blueprints so we can get those changes pushed through a blueprint rather than having to manually do it in each different environment. So we're probably used to going into our security category here where I'm at in the orange pill and then going to edit teams, and probably used to making the new teams in here and editing the name, maybe providing a description, or even updating how the email is going to happen, whether that's getting sent to a distribution list or to a specific individual member. Now, the benefit of actually doing this inside of a blueprint, which let me close the team window here, and then either you can go ahead and create a new blueprint or open up an existing one if you have one that's pending being published. The benefit of doing it within a blueprint is that we ensure that it's going to grab the exact same rec ID no matter which environment we're in. So that's helpful, because if we're storing a particular team's rec ID as a stored value somewhere, or hard referencing that by including the rec ID within an expression or a one-step anywhere, if that ends up being the case, we might have a different rec ID in between the dev system and the QA system and our test system or the production system. And the only way that those will ever be the same again is if we restore a czar. So the benefit of doing all this in a blueprint means that we don't have to worry about all of that. So if it's in a blueprint and it creates the team, it's going to create the team the same way in every system that blueprint is published in. So to go ahead and bring up the team area so we can go ahead and edit that, we're going to do that through the managers menu. If we go to managers, and then down on the bottom we have teams. So I'm going to go ahead and add a new team. So I can just right click anywhere and go to new Cherwell user. We want to select the Cherwell user team versus the work group. And so we'll call this the eCab. We already have a cab in our system, so we'll say this is the emergency cab team. So I see that the team now shows up in my list. I don't actually have to check the add to blueprint. I can just close this, and if I go to file and go to my blueprint changes, I can see that the teams show up here. I can see that this has now been added. This means that my change is now going to show up whenever this is published. It also means it's going to get created with the same rec ID across any system that the blueprint is published in. Go ahead and publish the blueprint, and we'll be able to see that change pushed up here in our system. All right, there we go. So that published, and so now if I go under security and then edit teams, I see my eCab team. And we can see my description was pushed in. The one thing that you won't see are members. So the members have to be manually added to each team. So if you're pushing up this eCab team and this team has been added to the QA environment but not the production environment, you're going to have to add all the members to that team. We do hope to see that functionality in future versions of Cherwell. However, for now, we at least have the ability to push the teams up, so all the rec IDs are going to match across all systems. So that was it. Once again, this was Robert with Beyond 20. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for other Cherwell tips and tricks. Thanks for watching.